Good day, fellas. My name is Andrew, and this is... I don't even know what the name of this channel is right now. Top Line Sports. Yeah, that works. Top Line Sports. Good day, you wonderful people. My name is Andrew, and this is Top Line Sports coming at you with all things sports news, but today, mainly, we're going to focus on the NFL. We're going to talk about playoff projections, Browns. Should they move off of Baker or should they not move off of Baker? And also, my personal opinion on my top 3 best teams in the NFL, best teams in the NFL, and the worst teams in the NFL. All right, let's dive right into this. The NFL season ended today. Here are what the projections would be. On the AFC side, we have the Titans at number 1, Bills at 2, Ravens at 3, Chiefs at 4, Steelers at 5, Patriots at 6, Chargers at 7. NFC, we have the Packers at 1, Cardinals at 2, Cowboys at 3, Bucks at 4, Rams at 5, Saints at 6, and Panthers at 7. Most of these teams, you'd agree, especially if you're fans of these sports, you're like, yes, my team's in there. My team, however, is not in there, the Denver Broncos. God only knows what the hell they're doing over there. Every year's the same way. Get off a little bit of hopeful, and it's just another year of letdown. Let me know down in the comments if your team is doing the same exact thing, unless you're a Lions fan, because you don't expect anything, and you get nothing, just like every year. All right, so looking down these teams, what team are we thinking that every year for the last 3 years they have been hyped up and they're just not in here? The Cleveland Browns. Where the hell are they? God only knows where they are. Oh, I know where they're not. They're not in the playoff projection. They have 2 teams ahead of them. I'm not even sure if they're going to even beat the Bengals into getting the playoffs with how Joe Burrow has been absolutely cooking this year. So, and it's not like the Browns don't have a lot of talent. They have all the talent in the world. But there is one key factor I think that's missing. The quarterback. Baker Mayfield. Man, don't we all remember when he got drafted, man? When he was out in the... What was he doing? He was out... Well, where was he? He was at a Cleveland Indians game. And they just tossed him up, and fans tossed him up a beer, and he shotgunned it. And man, the whole city of Cleveland loved him, and like he feels Cleveland, like he is Cleveland. But here he is, 3rd place in the entire division that he's in, the AFC North. And he's got all of the talent in the world, all of it. He's got the running backs, the line, he has the offensive line, he has the defense, he has weapons, he still has Jarvis Landry. I'm pretty sure he's hit and miss right now, whether or not he's hurt. I'd have to get back to you on that one. But with Baker Mayfield gone, yes, everyone's going to rush to the comments and be like, but Andrew, OBJ's gone. There's a reason. There's a reason why. But you're going to say, Andrew, OBJ's gone. That's why he's not doing so good. No. Baker Mayfield's stats have actually gone up with OBJ not playing with him than when he is playing. Baker Mayfield, right now as it stands, because I pulled up the stats too, because I'm like, there's no way, because he has Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is his running back. Nick Chubb is a top 3 running back, both literally and statistically right now. And he's got the defense. There's no way that Ben Roethlisberger, who is way past his prime, is in the playoffs and Baker Mayfield is not. So, I pulled up some stats for you. So far on the season, Baker Mayfield has a total of 1,990 passing yards. That's not good. He's 9 games into the season? He has lower passing yards than both Jared Goff and Taylor Heineke, both at 2,100. Pathetic. Like, how on earth are you going to let Jared Goff on the Detroit Lions have more passing yards than you, Baker? Same thing for Taylor Heineke. What excuse? They have a far worse team. They have not as many pieces, but yet Baker Mayfield is struggling. Baker Mayfield also has a 65% completion rating with 9 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. 4 interceptions, that's good. But 9 touchdowns total through 9 games? 9 touchdowns in 9 games. Really? You're averaging about a touchdown a game. What does that say about the coaching? The coaching are not trusting Baker Mayfield, and why should they? Baker Mayfield, if he didn't have all this talent, would he have this much success? If he didn't have Kevin Stefanski as his head coach, would he have this much success? That begs the question. Me personally, I think the Browns should move off of Baker. I think Baker needs a fresh start. I think Baker has a lot of personality, and that's great. It gets people to watch. But the Browns will never win a Super Bowl with Baker Mayfield, especially now when they're not paying him hardly enough money. They're not paying him any money, and they have all this talent, and they're not doing anything. They can't get a playoff win. They can't do nothing. What the Browns need to do is do what the Cardinals did. Back so long ago, they drafted Josh Rosen, and all of a sudden, they were like, you know what? No, this is not my quarterback. He's not what I want. They saw it right away. And then now, and then the very next year, they drafted Kyler Murray, and look where the Cardinals are at. Cardinals at number 2. They're in the top of their division, and that's a division with the Rams, Niners, and the Seahawks. I mean, even though the Seahawks are a jumbled mess, but we'll save that topic for another time. But the Cardinals saw a problem that they weren't going to get anywhere with Josh Rosen, and they went and got Kyler Murray. It's kind of the same thing with Tua and the Dolphins. And the Dolphins are like, Tua's on the fence. So what are they trying to do? They're trying to get Deshaun Watson there. They're trying to get another quarterback in because Tua is not the answer. So I kind of wish my Broncos would kind of do the same thing, you know. Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater's nice. He's steady Teddy, but he's not. We can't win football games going 200 yards and 2 passing touchdowns. We can't do that. So moving on, let's get into my personal opinion on what my 3 best teams are in the NFL today. And some might shock you, but I highly doubt it. So my 3 best teams. 3 best teams. So at number 3, who do we have? At number 3, we have the Los Angeles Rams. Yes, I said it. I know they lost 2 straight. I know. But come to think about it, the Bills also lost to the Jaguars, and there's been a lot of top teams losing to very terrible teams, and the NFL's a jumbled mess. But if you take all this into consideration and what the Rams have done, no, you know what? No. The Rams are not my 3rd team. The Bills are. The Bills, I haven't watched a lot of Bills. I don't have NFL Red Zone. I don't have any of that. But the games I have been able to watch out here in Colorado, I watched all the night games. So when he played Tennessee, I know they lost. But watching them play, I was like, man, that is a good team. It's a good, well-run team. Josh Allen is literally the younger version of Ben Roethlisberger. He's just out there slinging it. He's having fun. You can tell that's a quarterback that loves what he does. So that's not my number 3. Number 3 is the Bills. Number 2 is the Cardinals, when healthy. Still, even when they're not healthy, I still think they are absolute ballers. That team is not fair. They have a team that can score points and have a quarterback that can sling it, and also have a defensive line and a defense that goes out and gets quarterbacks. There is no reason why the Cardinals can't even make it to the Super Bowl. At the very least, the Cardinals will at least win and get to the NFC Championship. That's my opinion. You can take that money to the bank. Number 1. I think it's no surprise who my number 1 team is. It's the Titans. It's the Titans, and it's the Titans without Derrick Henry. That's the part. Like, what is the NFL? Like, I bet on the game. I bet the Titans-Rams game. I was like, there's no way. There's no way the Titans. And they did. I lost some money on that one, but it's fine. It's all good. It's fine. We'll bounce back after that one. But, no. The Titans are the best team in football. They're doing all these crazy things, and you think that they just run the ball. That's all they do. That's what I thought. And then I watched the games when they don't have Derrick Henry, and they won. They're beating playoff teams. Most of their games that they have won have been against last year's playoffs teams. If that doesn't say anything, how good and how well run the Titans are, I don't know what else will. All right. 3 worst teams in the NFL. Man. There's some good ones that come to mind, but all right. So let's get into the 3 worst teams in the NFL. At number 3, I have the New York Giants. I know that's controversial. I'm sorry, New York fans. I truly am. But what the hell is your team? They're not doing good enough to win. Daniel Jones is not the answer. It's just like, it's kind of like the same thing with the Broncos, where they're losing games that they should win, but they can't pull it off. I know you guys are injured, and that's just a whole cesspool of issues. Number 2, we have the New York Jets. You know it's bad when Mike White is the only person that has gotten you a win. Like, when your star quarterback, the person you took number 1 overall, is not playing as good as the other guy that you took. I rest my case. That doesn't change the fact that, hey, that still doesn't change the fact that they are still an absolute dog water team. My goodness, what is with New York teams and being terrible? It's like they haven't had a good team ever since I started watching the game of football. I mean, yeah, I know they won the Super Bowl with Eli Manning so long ago, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm just going to cut that part out. All right. The number 32, technically, but the number 1 worst team, hands down, in the NFL is the Detroit Lions. Detroit kind of got their first win against the Steelers. Kudos. Do I think they're as bad as other 0-9 teams? I'm just going to say they're 0-9. 0-8-1. Yeah, but like, are they that bad as historians are saying they are? No, I don't think they're that bad. I do like Dan Campbell as their head coach. He is super entertaining. I feel for the guy. For once, I'm like, man, for being 0-8-1, but having that entertaining of a head coach. Love it. Loved him when he first did his press conference to now. Yeah. But needless to say, Jared Goff is, he has not won a single football game that has not been with Sean McVay. Not a single one. With Sean McVay, he made it to the Super Bowl. Without Sean McVay, he has not won a football game. So, obviously, Jared Goff is not the answer. I think the Lions know that. They're just waiting out his contract so they can get a better quarterback. And they are rebuilding, but granted, the Lions have been rebuilding for like the last 40,000 years. So, with all that said and done, this will wrap up my first ever episode, video, whatever you want to call it, on YouTube. If you guys want to make sure and make this a regular occurrence, hit that like button, share it around, subscribe maybe. Hopefully, I'd like to get out a video once, maybe twice a week, probably every Tuesday from now on. I'll get a video out just recapping the NFL, last Sunday, Thursday, and Monday night games, and my thoughts around that. But until then, I hope you guys have a great day. Be good people.